Okay, tell me what you tell me what you just said, Scott.
I got a property under contract a couple weeks ago in a great area, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,600 square foot, half acre, perfect area, great schools and everything. Got it under contract for $14.5, and then did calling some investors. Then I put an ad on Craigslist, put a bunch of pictures. I got a call from a guy that wanted to meet me out there at the property. They had already checked it out, went through it and everything. So we met. He went out there. We talked a little bit. He made me an offer. I countered back at 24.5. He offered me 23. I countered at 24.5, and he took that. Called his attorney right there from the yard, to get it set up. So
he was serious, huh?
Yeah, he owns 49 rent houses, and has just bought a wine store there and not far down the road. So he's got his hands in a lot of different things. So
hey, where's the beef here, man? Tell me about the good part.
Yeah, well, I put it under contract for $14.5. Sold it to him for $24.5. So
okay, so you sold it right away.
Yeah, I sold it. I mean, he was ready to go. $24.5. He called his attorney right there from the yard, to get the to get the title search going, and
that's great. So nice profit, $10,000. Now, when you did the offer, did you just do a contract with a little money down? Did you do an option? Give me the details here.
The owner lives 6 hours away in Newport News, Virginia, and he had inherited the property. Didn't have the money to pay the tax. Didn't want to pay taxes on it. Just looking to sell it. He called me. Did a little gut on him. He was asking me a bunch of questions. Just like every little, about everything, how I did it. I said, look here, Hank, let me ask you a few questions first. I don't even know if I want to buy your house.
I love it. That's cool. Okay, so you set up an agenda and you did a negative redirection.
Yeah, I said,
I don't even know if I want to buy your house. You sell me.
I don't know if I want to buy it. Let me ask you a few questions first, and let me see if I can help you.
I love it. I love it. Now, was this uncomfortable for you, or it just came naturally, or all that practice finally clicked in?
Well, clicked, just instant, and then he just stopped, all the questions, and then he knew that I could help him. I told him we could get this done.
Say that again. He knew.
He stopped all the questions and then realized that I knew what I was doing and that I could help him. And he stopped with all the questions. Then it was just like, this was I would told him what would happen, that we could do it all, through fax and email and overnight courier, and that he wouldn't have to come down here, and then it just totally changed after that. So we put it under a simple purchase contract, where we could get out of for 30 days. I knew I could move it quickly.
How much money did you have to put down, if any?
Didn't put any down.
Wow, you could have put $1 down though, couldn't you?
Yeah, but I know this guy didn't. He was just. He had told me. He said, "Look, if you don't buy it, I'm just going to call the next guy in line." So I knew he was motivated.
Were you nervous? Were you scared a little?
No, not really. Like I said, once we did the guts on him and told him, look, I only know if I want to buy your property. I only know if I can help you. Then after that, I was in control.
I love what you're saying here. What happened? This is like an epiphany, a revelation. You're a different man. You're like you're taking on the role of a gut salesman all of a sudden. You weren't like that when we first started.
Not at first. No, I wasn't.
Have I ruined you?
You have. Realize that you don't have to take all those questions, and you don't have to get beat up. When you're negotiating. You don't have to answer 20 questions.
You're the buyer.
They need you more than you need them.
Oh, say that again. I love that.
I've realized that they need you more than you need them. They need you, and you're the expert.
You're the buyer, and you're the buyer too. Should the buyer go into a negotiation and get beaten up? Well, why should I do this with you? Or what's this lease purchase? And why should I? Do you? What? You're just the whipping boy. That's the way I was in the early days.
He asking, how would you do it? Well, have to come down there. What are you going to do with it? I said, just hold on. You know, I don't even know if I want to buy it first. I don't even know. You know?
I love it.
Ask you some questions.
So how did you know the value of the property that you knew you had a good deal here?
Oh, I knew the area was a great, you know, so a lot of companies are opening plants in the area. Dell, Caterpillar, Herbalife are all coming to the area. I knew it's everybody wants to live there. It was 5 minutes away from the highway, from I-40, from lots of places to eat, shop, work. You know, I just knew it was a go. You know,
and you just went for what would be the worst that would happen? Say you made a mistake or discovered something after the fact. Is it a great tragedy if you learn something? Sometimes we learn things that are negative or the deal isn't as great after the fact. Can you get out of it still?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yes, you can.
All the time. So the thing is, you went for it. You got it under contract. You were assertive without being a bully. Now, tell me about the last part. Then the next part of the deal is you had a buyer ready, waiting in the wings, or you did some marketing?
I put the ad on Craigslist. I had a couple of people, you know, that went to see it, and, you know, it had some mold in it that scared some people off. But then, you know, you kind of have a feel about people when you talk to them. I talked to this one guy and then named Richard that, you know, I could tell that they were serious. And then his business partner called me back, and he had already been looking at the property. So go out there, meet him after work. And, I mean, you know, we get out there with him and, you know, he's ready. You know, he made me an offer and I countered, you know, and then we accepted it. And he was a serious buyer.
This is so cool. How many hours? I just got to tell you, how many days or hours between finding the deal, getting in the contract, and finding the buyer, doing the whole thing?
Well, at first I really thought about keeping it and then, you know, fixing it with a partner of mine. But then, so that took maybe a weekend, you know, figuring that out. But then once I put the ad on there till I found the buyer, it was just a couple hours, Claude.
Oh my God! How do you sleep at night? How can you? Oh my gosh!
So I sleep better now knowing that, you know, we got a $10,000 check.
What did your wife say? Did you bring it home, a check or cash? What'd your wife say?
It's still in the, you know, it's at the lawyer's office. The buyer's out of town, but pending, you know, the clear title, you know, it's a go. So.
What did the wifey say?
Well, you know, Claude, I've got excited about things before, you know, and I told her, and she's happy, but she'll be much happier once I get the check, you know, and see that we've made some real money.
When are you going to, and you're going to have that?
That's probably next week.
Okay, but it sounds like it's a done deal for all deals and purposes.
Yeah, it's a done. I'm going to assign my contract to him, and
now
seller's going to be happy, buyer's going to be happy. He's going to get the house, fix it up for his daughter, actually, that's just getting out of college.
Yeah. It's just, you know, when you get that check, when you do a deal like this, and everything works, all the pieces of the puzzle fit together, man, I'll tell you what, when you get that check in your hand or cash it, it's the second best feeling you'll ever have.
And it was so easy once, you know, to get it under contract. Then, I mean, I didn't have a buyer's list, you know, starting from scratch, put an ad on Craigslist. Started calling some other We Buy Houses ads, you know, and I mean, now I've got probably 6 or 7 cash buyers lined up, you know, ready, looking for more property.
Now, this is the part I always have trouble with, because it was truth be told, and we're recording this right now, truth be told, it was hard for you to start up. The visualization, I was telling you how to do these deals, and we were role-playing and pranks, and the startup was a little hard for you. I know you were getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, and I wasn't focused like I needed to be, and then once I got focused and, you know, started implementing, like, you know, I could have lost that deal there when he was asking me all the questions, you know, and just started talking, and, you know, and the guy, you know, could have lost it right there, but, you know, I said, no, I don't even know if I want to buy your house. Let me ask you some questions. And after that, it's just been, you know, it's been a piece of cake after that.
How do you feel now that you've kind of crossed the line, you've come to the dark side, Luke, you know, right. I always feel like Darth Vader, you know, and, you know, now that hey, I did it. I know how to do it. I know it can be done. It's like riding a bicycle for the first time without the training wheels, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean it's your confidence goes up, and you know, and talking to sellers, you know, you're like, I mean, it's just a totally different ballgame now.
It's just, don't you feel that sense of I can do it now?
Yeah, I know. You know, I got buyers lined up, ready with cash, ready to go.
How many other deals? How many other deals you?
Properties, and you know, it's a game changer. I mean, it's going to change. $10,000 is going to change my life, Paul. I mean, I know that's not a lot of money to some people, but
no, believe me, there was a time in my life where $10,000 would have been my whole world. I was more. You ever have that period in your life where you're more? What's the word? More month than money.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I've been there too, man. And I'll tell you what. I remember back in the Stone Age when I more month than money, and I did a deal, and it just pulled me out of the hole. I paid off a lot of credit card debt. I caught up on some stuff. I went to my wife, said, "Hey," to my wife, and I said, "Hey, honey, things are going to be okay now. I know, you know, we can move forward." And you know, it just, you know, you can do it. And once you have that confidence and that knowledge together, it's like peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I mean, like I said, I've got frustrated and I've given up and I've started back and let fear, you know, creep in and the fear of the unknown. And, you know, I just said I wasn't going to do that anymore, you know.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm really proud of you, man. I am so happy for you. How many more deals are you going to do over the next, I got
another one in the works right now that I want to run by you
okay. What?
But I've got, I mean, it's just like, when you talk to the sellers, you know, you can make an offer, you know, you have buyers lined up, you know what you know now, where you don't know what you don't know, but now I know, you know, that I can do it, and
I'm really happy for you. I'm trying to remember that feeling, what it was like for me when I made that transition, and you brought that back for me. I think I'm more excited than you. So bravo, nice going.